Oh my god, Discord, don't be dumb just because I've got other apps open, you mother trucking. Did I literally have to do that for you to not act like a dickus? We've got that boom, 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 and now I'm in a room. Okay.
Welcome everybody to session 76 of Forgotten Genesis Season 2. Migrainium. Why? Because I'm starting this with a fairly whacked out migraine. As such, for those that are catching this live, you may note that we are here nearly 2 hours late. If the migraine does not improve, may end up being an unfortunately shorter session, but nonetheless, people are here, people are invested, and I, at the very least, plan to give people
You're not so
some of what they
invested,
carved out part of their day for.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, do we want the 2 questions that I picked out? Because you made me pick. I picked out 2.
Flip a coin to see which one we get. We'll keep it simple.
Joe. Let's go with this one. Who in the group do you feel is the most optimistic and who is the most pessimistic?
Okay, that's a fun one.
It's kind of weird, but yeah. I thought it was a cool question.
It's a fun assessment, and that can vary between characters. As far as what that answer is and what it entails. So naturally, we'll start that with, we'll start with that, words. We'll start that with Angel.
I think technically if we're gonna be as honest as we can be, Angel's probably the, like, I don't know if she'd see herself as the most optimistic, but she probably is. I would say second to her, she would think about, as far as people who are optimists, I would say Pepper's kind of a pessimist sometimes. She's kind of somewhere in the middle.
She sees the person Amber above the character as a pessimist?
No. Well, she is. Amber's a pessimist sometimes. Yeah. In real life, yeah. But not necessarily.
Piper's a realist. I am a pessimist.
Didn't know Angel developed her see beyond the veil ability to the point where she could see beyond the fourth wall.
No, she totally can. I'm also like trying to deal with a minor headache right now, but it's because of medication stuff. All right. So all right. I would say Violet. Violet's not a pessimist, so surprisingly. But Violet gives off dog energy, so I think that's why she thinks that Violet is the most optimistic.
Violet's got that dog in her.
Yeah, she does. If we're gonna talk about most pessimistic, oh, also Venestra. It would be a tie between Venestra and Violet, considering
You're optimistic?
Yeah, very optimistic.
Okay.
Let's go with, I would say possibly it'd be a tie between Piper and Avery, to be honest. Considering they're both realists more than anything else.
And realist to a dog might as well translate to pessimist.
Yeah.
No, why are you giving me reality?
I don't want reality. Just give me the meats. I just want the meats.
I don't want a reality check. Let me settle into my delusion.
The meats. All I can think about is her just like sitting, doing. I know that Violet would do exactly what you said that your dog did, where she like pushes the window down Your mom turned away at the that would definitely be
If I
Violet.
had started this campaign on a goofier framework and Violet had existed at the start, Arby's would be unironically a franchise in the world, just because Violet's so into getting the meats, and they have
Yeah,
the
we
meats.
definitely like the meats and the skins.
Arby's
yeah, the
sponsor
craft
me. If I
Okay.
don't have enough viewership, maybe push people over here. I don't know.
So
I would do an Arby's themed one shot where everybody has to climb the meat mountain.
oh my god. Would the ultimate bad guy be a sandwich?
Nah, see, the ultimate bad guy would be a legally nondescript competitor named Mick Wingles.
Oh my god. It's horrible. I have been craving french fries for the last 2 days, and I have kept myself from getting french fries for the last 2 days. Debating on getting french fries right now is a hard time.
Those fried plantain chips were bomb.
Oh my god, I want fried plantain chips.
Just nothing but
All
crunch.
right, anyways. So we're going to talk about Violet, who she thinks is the most... She thinks Angel's the most optimistic, because Angel walks in a cloud of rose-colored glasses. I mean, this in a cloud of it. And then... But, we're going to be honest, Angel's more of a realist. Slightly.
Ugh.
She just believes that it should be better. That should make the world a better place.
Excuse me.
I would say the most pessimistic she would consider is probably Avery. Because she'd never seen a man hit down rock bottom so hard and be okay with it.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're at rock bottom, then that means the only direction you can go is up. So that's optimism by
I
baseline.
When
I
I
am-
am optimist because he's hitting rock bottom, but all you can see is the good or something.
I know, but all he's ever looked sometimes is at the bad. So it's the other direction.
Yeah. Thank goodness we're not playing my Dark Souls themed campaign, because then y'all would figure out that rock bottom has a basement.
Yep. I'm letting you know in our actual campaign, the actual floor has a basement. Anyways. But it's more or less because he was really down and out. And then he kind of just like, he's like, I'm going to push myself off this ground no matter whether the world is an absolutely horrible place or a good place, and screw it all. And I hate these people. And that's why she kind of admires him, because even though he's kind of a pessimist, he's always pushed himself off the ground and said, screw you guys, I'm going home. She admires him. She probably couldn't do that. She's been at the bottom before.
Difference
But she pushed herself.
between a sympathetic hero and a sympathetic villain is how they try to help people. One will help people while trying not to sacrifice them, and one will sacrifice people in the greater name of helping them.
Joe, I have 4 different bad guys written for 4 different books. I
I'm
know
aware.
exactly what you're talking about.
Of course, that's the sympathetic bad guy. You don't always need to have a sympathetic one. Sometimes it's fun to have one that you just love to hate.
Joe, not the hole. Let's not go in the hole. It's
What?
not in the hole, okay?
What hole?
It's not in the hole.
There's no hole. There can be a hole. I can make a hole if you want.
There is always a hole, so there's no hole right now.
Vinistra said, but wah hole.
I can make a hole. I can put the BBEG in there. Therefore, the hole is the goal.
No. Every hole is not a goal, Joe. Every hole is not a goal, Joe.
D&D games have to come to an end somehow, and sometimes it has to be at the bottom of a hole.
That was true. We'd all have really gross
But is
ears.
this hole Joe's hole?
I don't know anybody here well enough for that. Weirdly enough, one of the guys that I kicked from this campaign really wanted it, and I still did not know him well enough for that shit.
So I started putting the socks on.
I feel like the reference ain't known.
Every hole is a goal?
Also, with no
There are
offense to
7
anybody, I don't
uneven.
like any of you well enough for that.
I'm saying.
For the picture, Brick.
God damn it. Okay, do we need a recap or are we going to the next person?
That's a
Because
different
the
kind of
next person-
sliding into the DM.
Hey, the question is, who do you think is the most optimistic in the party and most pessimistic in the party? I'm passing this down to Avery.
Okay.
I'm passing the phone to Avery.
It's so tough.
Fair warning, I say terrible shit when I have a migraine, so buckle in.
I'ma say pessimist. Probably I'm probably Angel, just because she knows the stakes a lot better than everyone else, it feels like, and that kind of brings her optimism down a bit.
No, yeah.
And for most optimist, so that was most pessimistic. For most optimistic, yeah, probably Violet. It's either Violet
Yeah.
or Venestra.
Yeah.
But
Dog
Venestra,
energy.
there's a lot of doubt with Venestra about her overarching goal, which is getting back to her homeworld and her friends. So I think
Get her there.
Violet takes first place on optimism.
Let's be real. Angel is medicated Megan, and Violet is unmedicated Megan.
Yeah.
Got that.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom,
I lived
boom,
with
boom,
unmedicated
boom,
Megan.
boom, boom,
This
boom.
is very true.
That is not true. Is that true?
I've had multiple
Vinestra
hour-long
said,
conversations with unmedicated Megan. It is incredibly true.
Let me stare deeply into your soul through the camera lens, Megan.
Hi, Dad. Phone to the thingy.
Freeze frame. Fuck! Damn it!
Amber go.
Piper and Bruce. Piper and Bruce.
For Piper, the most optimistic and most pessimistic person is the same person, and that is Angel. She is severely optimistic about certain things, but at the same time, severely pessimistic about them.
So I wasn't crazy.
Hey, the world is a fucked up place. Hey.
She's optimistic if she can solve it, and pessimistic if she can't.
Exactly.
No. Optimistic over general. Even if she can't solve it. We've already figured this out. I've already figured this out considering Angel, as I'm writing these books, I find out that she's extremely laid back. And Nicodemus is a nervous wreck.
One thing I will say as well, even though the campaign is designed to get to level 40, should all of the BBEGs die before that time, it may not get there, and other plotlines may be resolved later.
Don't do that to me, Joe. Just let us finish this bullshit.
I've got. That's why they stick it out and design
We
it.
made it to level 30 yet, so we still
Y'all got time?
Vinestra said, the Vise are optimistic and Angel is the
Y'all haven't even
pessimistic.
really tangibly encountered the BBEGs yet. Just fish.
Yeah.
You know what's really weird, Joe? Is Angel, because the stakes are so high right now, is extremely realistic, which is not her norm at all.
So to Bruce,
Yeah. Bruce.
Violet is the most optimistic. Everybody else is a fucking pessimist. To Bruce. Like, why y'all get a rain on every little parade? Good damn. That's how Bruce feels like about everybody. It's like, god damn, y'all are.
That's also how Angel feels every time something gets interrupted. She's like, can I have 1 moment of peace? Just one good fuck that would last a little bit longer than 15 minutes.
I'm going to
Sorry,
assume that
it's
phrasing was
true.
entirely deliberate and not in need of
was.
correcting at all.
15 minutes?
You gotta remember, changelings don't have a refractory period. So they can get off and then still keep going.
And go for another round.
It's like a fuel-injected engine. Every time they go, they just enter the next gear.
I feel like you'd have to make some kind of strength check for the stamina, though.
Con.
To con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What with my camera?
Which to that point, Aiko and Avery are both
Nick's con is
changelings.
insane.
It is assumed, based on that lore, that their engagements go for a while.
I know. That's why when she says longer than 15 minutes, there's a reason.
Complaining about her own stamina, not her partner's.
No, that's not her stamina, Joe. That's her stamina
Everybody
without
interrupts.
interruption. That's interruption. There are now
Coitus
interruptions.
True.
There's a lot of coitus interruptus in this campaign, not gonna lie.
It can't be an all coitus encounter campaign. There has to be some combat in there somewhere.
What?
Vinestra said, sword fighting.
Of a sort.
There's
Oh.
2 types of sword fighting, though.
So Vinestra says the V's are optimistic and Angel is the pessimist. Am I reading that right, Vinestra?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, that was a prompt. That was a prompt, yes.
She was already in the middle of typing.
Oh.
You got that boom, boom, boom,
All
boom,
right.
boom, 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 and now we're in the room, boom, 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 boom. Tell me, come back soon.
And as far as the recap, everybody gets their inspiration die for their answers, of course.
We took a brain devourer and we turned him into a pet.
Yes.
I
We named
don't
him
remember that
Marvin.
part. I do remember that we, that I dove into it and got the words.
Yeah, that's what intellectual devourer, brain devourer, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got the words Velix Tar Jihu, the full name of Jihu.
The full and otherwise forgotten name of Jihu. That.
And my character had a question at the end of the session, but was not able to ask it to her brother, but is probably going to ask it today.
Okay.
We got that boom, 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 boom. Oh, man, boom.
In which case, let's
I
get
need a
into
different
it.
song. Okay, alright, back.
Do apologize ahead of time if I'm a little bit burpy this session. Part of the migraine is very much nausea that I'm just trying to hold back as much as I can.
Oh, and everybody got their gifts except for Pip. Because Pip hadn't showed up yet.
Yes.
And I got to talk to the god of magic for today, so I'm probably gonna have to talk to him when I go to bed.
Yes.
So are we ready to start, DM? So I think that's the full recap. We didn't go very far.
Yeah.
We also found Vinestra sleeping with the dwarf lady. Apparently, I kept interrupting people's coitus, trying to get to talk to people. Because apparently the mom wakes up at 4 a.m. and everybody else is still asleep.
So
And
good.
Piper was working on vampire blood.
And something about Marigold. I don't know what was going on with Marigold.
She's in the... No, it's Evan. Evan's here.
Yes, but Marigold is in your necklace or something. Or is
Your
in your...
Because of the baby thing.
That's right, for protection. Oh my god, because of her ancestors, it wouldn't be a bad thing if she gave birth there either.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, okay.
But first, we gotta go talk to Puck. Piper's not ready for that yet. At least Mom is here. It was like, at least Mom is around.
Angels, where did you want to start, Joe?
From the top, you were going to ask a question, and then we move forward.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask Griffin. Griffin, how do normal mind flayers get made?
Normally through tadpoles.
Okay, so I have a question. I didn't have access to like any type of super amounts of magic until I was taken up on the hill at 4
Mm-hmm.
or at 2. So, what kind of device drills through the temporal lobe?
What kind of care to clarify what you're asking about here?
My mother took me. You were there for that. You saw. Maybe you might have not seen it. When we found the memory of my mother, where she took me up the hill and gave me to the Velix sky. They put me in a chair and they tied me down and they tried to drill into my temples.
Mm-hmm.
I was just a baby. You said that they use worms. I have
Yeah.
the device in my bag. I saved the pieces of the stone chair in my bag.
Sure. I can take a look at it and see what I can glean.
She takes the thing out of her bag, and with Avery still in the room, considering he needs to see some of this Velix stuff, he gets to see it firsthand. She pulls it out and it starts to whisper at her. You can see Angel's hand go to her head because it gives her a migraine.
Yeah, it's a broken down stone and somewhat mechanical apparatus that looks very much like a dentist chair from hell.
The pincers on the side go in.
Where they're braced up, those pincers look like they would basically insert into the temple.
Mom, focusing.
Icky.
You said that they go through the brain, like through the eyeball, considering like reading things about other places, like other universes, they don't do that.
The tadpoles will go in through the eye. Doing this? No.
Can't they also
They-
go through the nose or mouth or ear?
Yeah. But
Yeah, like generally accessible orifices, the eye is the most direct route, kind of similar to how if you were to dig a pickup in there, you'd get right into the brain meat.
But that's the question I have. Why did they put me in the chair?
At face value, I'm not sure. I'd have to take a deeper look at this chair, take a bit of time.
Does your friend know anything about the chair? She says, looking at the mentor. She takes a long turn at the mentor of Avery.
Roll a history check, because usually that's pretty isolated information even for the hive mind. You got a natural 3.
Can I give him a lucky? Give him my last lucky for the day? Oh, I get 4. Never mind, I get 1 more.
That sort of device is meant to generally amplify brain activity and effectively pump magic through it before then inserting a worm, sort of creating an accelerated environment for ceromorphosis.
They didn't have a worm.
No, you didn't. Maybe you were about to.
No, the guy didn't have one in his hand.
Fuck me. Hold on. Gotta rush to the bathroom. Oh, God.
Now he's going to the bath.
We're off of BRB now.
Avery would probably be interested in the tech. I mean, you wouldn't know what to do with it. It would be honestly a little disturbing. But not so disturbing. It's kind of just like an incubator, in a way.
She's just gonna look over. Avery, have you seen anything like this when you were traveling and looking around in the ruins?
Do I need to roll some kind of history check? Joe, I think you're muted.
Yeah, history would be the roll.
Okay. Oh crap, I don't have Roll20 open. History is a +4, so that's a soft 9.
God damn it. Really want to figure this thing out.
It's a 9. Oh, okay. Piper's gonna give 2 for inspiration to give you access to 1.
That's a soft 6.
Take Bruce's.
So you give me another 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had this stupid chair. You have to understand this.
That's a nat 1.
Bro!
Dude. You know what? I'll give you one of Angel's. See what happens.
Jesus.
Let's see what happens here. I want to see what happens here. I want to see what happens here.
Oh, that's better. 17
Oh,
plus
because it's mine.
4. That's 21.
That's funny because it's mine. It won't work, but it's make it.
21.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't do it on purpose.
So, peeling over Velix ruins in particular wasn't really your speed as much as your speed was peeling over human ruins. Based on that, any encounter or mention historically of devices like this in use by the Velix, nothing specifically by the Velix design, but the prongs, their positioning, and the mention of kind of expanding magical potential within the brain, as your master just mentioned, as a possible use, does ring a bell, as particularly in your exploration through human ruins, there was record of some experimentation on people when ancient humanity first encountered tangible access to magic, trying to siphon it with devices that looked, at least respective to their designs, not dissimilar to this. Although admittedly a far more geometrical, practical, and I suppose medical in its appearance. Trying to focus in latent magic in the most raw form that they could, try to harvest it directly onto the brain of a subject. To what degree that succeeded or not, you're not sure, as many of those reports were, in a lot of cases, degraded beyond measure. Your only real preview into that being its likely use was pure observation in noting chairs and equipment like that being actually attached to, since mostly drained, magically imbued crystalline structures and the like.
So we see a machine that runs magic through heads used by Velids, and humans used to focus magic on the brain of the subject when magic was first rediscovered.
Yes, before the world broke. It seems like that was experimentation that they were starting to get into. Which means it could be posited that possibly the Velix in particular ended up commandeering essentially that design after laying claim on this part of the world, at least after it broke.
But why would that be positive?
It might be posited. Inferred.
What's that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, posit to assume as fact. Or in other words, this would be a safe assumption.
The next thing she's gonna pull out are the stupid worms out of her pocket, considering they were nearby. I don't know if I showed you this, Avery. I sent Vanestra and them after these stupid worms. She pulls out the stone worm and puts it on the table.
She pulls out this large, what looks to be, respectively, admittedly fattened in places, but relatively not, relatively similar in visual to what you've seen for Mind Flayer tadpoles, except this looks to be mostly made of rock and is about the size of a goddamn house cat.
Oh goddamn! Is that some like weird kind of domestic tadpole pet thing?
I have no idea. She looks over at the mentor. What is this? You know anything? I need to know. They're living in my walls. They're feeding in the Underdark, especially on the other side of the world.
You would have gotten news by now, particularly from the Draconic Guardian and Sharni, that is absolutely that they were living in your walls. They have been exterminated, at least within your region of influence.
So between me and the other dwarf city, they're eliminated, which is what's happened. Which is the Hobgoblin city when connected to the dwarf city. Those are the influences. That's as far as my influence reaches.
Yep.
I haven't gotten to the Western Underdark yet. I do have friends there, but I don't have reach there yet.
Right.
Can you... She looks over at the mentor. Do you recognize any of this? Because I don't know what to do. I put the soul stone next to it. This was attached to it. And this other stone was attached nearby. I don't know what they were for.
Rolling a history check for him. The natural 8.
I'll gift Angel. I'm gonna gift him one of Angel's. So I've got 1,000,001. I think I'm up to 45 right now.
The highest there was a natural 5.
Can I gift him one more to see what we get?
Sure. Make sure that you're marking them down, of course.
I know.
Natural 5 again. He is not rolling well. It seems disconnecting from the hive mind did have some detriments.
Is he proficient but not expert in it? Because if so, that can help.
He has expertise in history just due to the relative longevity that he's had access to.
I'm going to let him have one more, but I'm going to do something additional. I am going to give him that memory potion that I've had in my pocket since episode 7.
Remind me what that do.
It allows you to take a memory back or to reach further into your brain. It gives you higher wisdom focus for basically memory-based skill checks.
Right.
If you wanted the thing, it adds a +5 to it.
Right, if I recall, that was the filter of recollection.
Yeah. I have 3 of those, but I haven't used any of them.
Which that was really just to add a bump to a history check, particularly for those early levels.
I know, but sometimes when you save the early level stuff and you need a little bump, just a baby bump.
Okay. I've got to go for round 2 in the restroom. Write this down. Remind me that he rolled a natural 13 now, plus his modifiers, plus that additional 5, okay?
Okay.
Natural 13 plus mods plus 5.
Welcome back, everybody, from our second BRB, where I had to go for round 2 and 3. My body hates me.
It's fine. It'll get better. It'll figure itself out, or you'll end up getting your gallbladder removed. It'll be fine.
Crossing all the fingers. You know, by the time my mother got her gallbladder removed, it was about the size of a softball and surrounded by gangrenous tissue.
Joe, I don't need that. My stomach is gonna... Joe.
I'm sorry,
Joe.
she was very stubborn about trying to hold on to it as long as she could.
I would have loved to hold on to mine, but mine was working at 10% and it could kill me.
Yeah, she tried to resolve the gallstones and the gallbladder attacks with apple cider vinegar and shredded daikon radish, among other remedies. They dulled the pain, they didn't shrink any fucking stones.
Amber's losing her mind. Give Amber a minute. You just melted her brain for a second.
That just gave me flashbacks to high school of that one chick.
I can totally melt them down. I can do it.
Oh, it's fine. I don't need to go on a healthier... It's slightly different. I don't need to go on a healthier diet like the doctor said and it will help my gallbladder issues. I'll just keep eating the crap that the doctor says not to eat.
I would be on a healthier diet if I
right?
could properly afford it, and I'm working on that.
Okay, we're moving back into D&D.
Yep.
That you're gonna make me vomit. I've already...
Please no vomit today.
That's the only time I ever did.
And I already have twice. Last hour.
Today?
So,
Sinistra said, DND.
Yes, please.
because
No,
it's
please.
dungeons and
about-
digestive issues.
There's a lot of digestive issues that I can handle, but that one specifically is...
I know. Anyway,
I don't care if it's mentioned in game, but
so the Illicid's roll was a 13.
+5.
Plus
5 plus his additional modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Which does bring him
Let me know if y'all can hear the sewing machine, okay?
staunchly to a 28.
Damn.
I have to keep touching my screen because it's doing that weird thing that Discord's been doing lately where it shuts itself down.
Okay, so a second. Alright. Thinking back on potential uses for such a device. Getting back on subject with the sort of braced mechanism where it's supposed to be braced against the tears in the temples. As far as I can tell, based on their sort of extended designs from the original that they manipulated, and those enlarged tadpoles, the implication would be that they are trying to either A, create giant or titan class mind flayers, of which some you may already know, such as a tadpole worm.
I can do that.
That said, should they adapt it to a sufficiently psionically potent enough target, which may have been what was tried with that device, they may theoretically be trying to accelerate the process of producing an elder brain. But that is just theory.
She looks over at her brother. Do you still have the Lich's remains?
The Elithalich's remains.
Yeah.
I destroyed that shit. It's a lich. It's undead. They tend to be tricksy bitches in terms of finding ways to come back into their body. On top of that, it was a fucking mind flail lich. 2 of my big fuck knows. I destroyed it.
Then we're gonna have to use my memory, aren't we?
Gonna have to what now?
I gotta look at this thing when I was a kid. I can reach through my own memories once in a while. But if it's through my memories, I can figure out what's going on, maybe. Maybe. I gotta be able to figure out what this thing is thinking.
That memory was fuzzy at best as a kid. You're not gonna get it any sharper by trying to dive back into it.
It was made unsharp. Avery, you would get a visual of Angel running through it mentally of what happened to her.
I think I already saw it, didn't I?
Well, you can actually smell it this time, considering that it was in memory of her mother's. The smell of actually, like, eating your own feces coming from her mouth.
Olfactory memories are a pretty common way for old traumatic memories to stick around, so yeah. That plain scent of burning sulfur mixed in with earthen tones, just... yeah.
I have never unlocked my memory on the other end from that. And it hurts every time I try to. I get migraines. Like there's something sealed there.
Sometimes the brain will also create responses by itself to try and protect us. Particularly with traumas and things like that, by sort of returning to
I'm not gonna hate
even
my
aggressive
mother
physical
for what,
memories.
I'm not gonna hate my mother for what the Dream Eater made her do. This is not that case anymore. I'm an adult, and I am basically supposed to be able to heal this kind of trauma. Eventually. Therapy for everyone!
Eventually. You are sitting at 5 whacked out fucking events, though. Are you sure you want to dive in now and make it 6?
This doesn't involve him.
As far as you know.
I know it doesn't involve him. He wasn't there. He has a smell. When the craters would open in the ground, it had a smell.
Mm-hmm.
And I could feel it. Like vibrations, the entire core of our home. And the sound was so loud that it would make my head hurt. I can feel it. And I don't know why I can feel it. I haven't always had these headaches. It only was after that stupid machine.
And it may be a trauma response that your brain and your body programmed into you to not fall back into it. Or it may be something they did.
If there's a mental barrier there, if Angel is willing, can I attempt to break it down?
You can break it down.
She accepts the risk that this might be very painful emotionally.
Nothing can be more painful than watching your mother walk up an entire steps of road with you in her arms as a child.
I guess we'll see. So do I need to make some kind of vibe check for that?
Well, first of all, you're doing, of course, detect thoughts and then pushing deeper. I'm assuming Angel is willingly failing that saving throw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pushing into memory gets a little more complicated. Particularly with memories that have been deliberately blocked. This gets into sort of the procedure that you watched Zeus do on that child. And so you do have to kind of get Angel to kind of sit still, lay down, because especially kind of pushing past barriers, whether they're artificial or otherwise, can not just be emotionally painful, but in a lot of cases, physically painful. As
Angel's gonna do something she's never done to aid this. She's gonna shrink down to the age she was at the time and polymorph.
you're going to polymorph yourself into the body of a child.
Yeah.
Okay.
It only lasts for an hour if I want it.
All right.
Alright, so we have her lying down and I'm pushing...
She's gonna lie down in the chair to make it easy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a vibe check, Avery. Your DC has been lowered significantly with the change of the physical state of your target.
And this is the first time Griffin has ever seen her at this age before.
That's good.
It's gonna be really unsettling for him.
17 plus 11, that's a 28 DM.
28. Griffin is a he's a chronomancer. Getting unsettled by shifts in age stopped being a thing decades ago.
Yeah, but when it comes to Angel's stuff, he hasn't done very well with this kind of thing.
So far, he is keeping his composure. Now, a 28 exceeds the DC that was necessary, as it was lowered quite a bit by lowering an age as you proceed to dive in. Go ahead and switch the music up. You push
Can we
into
get some kind of description on that barrier breaking? Does it like shatter, crumble, just kind of tear? Like,
I was about to get to that.
Give him a minute.
Was just switching up the music.
got it.
So, as you dive into Angel Synapses, already kind of diving through those original figures of that memory, you reach that blockage, which in and of itself, much like trying to kind of push into an old memory for yourself or for anybody that you've known prior to having access to your powers, just trying to think hard on something that you couldn't think of to the extent and point of a migraine, it feels almost like an image that, while in motion, suddenly stops, becomes blurry, becomes fuzzy. There's particles of it that begin to lift off, like the memory itself is almost trying to die and trying to fade and wither away and disintegrate within the banks of your memory. And you push into it, to the point where it's translating to physical sensation. You're getting those olfactory senses while you're in here. You're getting that smell of rancid shit. You're getting that acrid smell of formaldehyde and sort of leftover brain tissue and rotting insects, that sort of almost wet dust aroma. And as you continue to push in, you can feel it's almost like trying to push your hand through a dense packed bag of rice. It's like hitting a wall and yet still trying to shove past almost sharpened particles. Pushing and pushing, you find yourself almost digging at the strands as you mentally extend yourself out. You can see your own psionic presence trying to help with the digging, and you can see outwardly how fragmented you are as the hand, almost in a broken glass-like extent, tries to continue digging, and you can see your own damage while trying to dig through this, and eventually it turns from fragmented dust to the dense, thick, harshly packed feeling of cold clay as you are digging, pulling and ripping out by chunks. This physically tangible sensation of physically digging through a memory like this is not something that you've experienced. Although, to be fair, psionic blockages, particularly those placed by mind flayers, are not something that you have experienced digging past. You've dug past mental blockages by other creatures, fae, wizards, sorcerers, those kinds of things. There's structure to it. There's whimsy to the fae stuff. There is something almost rot-like to the way it's done with illithid. As if the way you're digging through it, you can feel it almost pushing back, like placed there by a set of other intentions that are still active and still conscious. Even if dead they might have been, the consciousness and intention behind it feels maliceful, feels alive, feels actively aggressive and counterintuitive to your every action, until finally you dig hard enough into the clay that you feel like you've made it past a wall. You pull back, and as the chunk falls away, it's like the clay dries and shatters, and that olfactory sensation gets sickeningly all the more intense. That vague aroma of rotting shit, of wet dust, of formaldehyde becomes so tangible that not only can you smell it, you can taste it on your palate. You can feel it clinging to your skin. You can feel the dark, cavernous humidity in the room around you. And then you hear, just ambiently, the leftover dredges of the whispering, ambient in every etch, rock, and stone of this place. It grates at you like nails on a chalkboard. You can feel it in your teeth. It feels wrong to be here. It feels horrid. Everything here feels out of place, foreign, and the best and most properly accurate word you can give it, even to a greater extent than your mentor, utterly and completely alien.
Yeah.
and another scent begins to filter into your nose as you manage to try and position yourself, kind of conjoining those two memories from Angel's mother and from Angel herself to be able to grant yourself navigable ability to change your perspective, in a sense, change your camera view on the memory, as now a new sense begins to flood almost your sinuses, taste on the back of your tongue and clinging into the back of your throat. It's metallic.
Blood.
Almost tastes like licking a battery. That formaldehyde smell is all the stronger. You almost feel like it's leaking from your nose. You instinctively wipe it, a clear fluid that you can see recorded even on your own hand.
So it's not an iron metallic, it's more like a copper metallic, kind of a twinge.
Copper or
type of
tin
metal.
would be the best way to
Yeah.
put it.
Blood.
And you have very intimate experience with this particular kind of discharge. Your power is psionic based. You are very experienced with psychic damage types, whether having it done to yourself or having it induced on others. This is what it feels and seems like when brain matter starts to liquefy and leak out of somebody absent blood. This is what it looks like when spinal fluid is leaking from orifices. And then you catch that other flavor, distinctively blood, at the edge of it, beginning to filter in. That shift of angle, and you realize this small child, Angel in her childlike state, is bleeding from her eyes, her nose, her ears, and her mouth as these forks are plunging slowly into her temples.
I
And-
cracked them, if I remember correctly.
As you hear that buzzing increase, that whispering increase and grow to a nauseating cacophony that begins to overwhelm and overstimulate your senses to the point where it grows to be too much to listen to, too much to hold on to, too much to focus on. You feel like mentally and thoughtfully you're going to break. Your ability to think is going to break. Something's going to crack. Chitinous metallic snapping on the device as you see feedback firing out from the pierced wounds on this child's temple. A rejection of injected magics. And the growth and noted seed of something that was formerly already there, waking up in reaction to it. The device does look notably similar. And that crack, as you're able to shift your position and your gaze on the vision, there's still parts of it that are blurry because they were outside of the peripheral of either person in this memory. But you can just barely catch, and this is what you're granted with that 28 with lower DC. A pale, purple-skinned mind flayer holding forth a cage with an undulating, twitching, and otherwise incredibly vicious and angry-looking large stone worm with already sort of tendrillous worm-like wires sticking out of it, with port-like ends that look like they could very easily fit into ports that are present on that apparatus. That Illithid setting the cage down, noticing as it breaks. And then your vision floods forward with the rescue that Angel received and everything else that both recall as she is spirited away before whatever purpose plugging that thing into this seat would have served was made evident.
I imagine that back in the real world, there are veins popping out on Avery's forehead. There's just a drop of blood coming out of his nose.
The blood vessels in your eyes have burst. The whites of your eyes are completely red as you come out of it.
I have a question. What does Angel look like at this point, considering this is the first time anybody would see her get visibly hurt as a child?
With the conscious recollection of that memory being purged and flooded into you, along with the memory of having those things jammed into your temples, it felt exactly like those migraines that you constantly feel, a repeated trauma response, because even if a memory is carved away, the body always remembers pain it's been put through. And so with every return to that frequency of whispers, that pain flooded back in.
Angel was a crying baby usually. Did she cry during this situation?
A silent, soundless scream of a cry. Because of the intensity of the pain, you were left breathless in your chest and not able to summon forth a proper scream.
Oh, I heard that scream before. Not from pain, but just from a baby exhaling so hard out you can't get a breath in. Oh.
Which
I have a
notably,
question. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Angel, I mean, you still have your adult consciousness and memory. You've only polymorphed your body down to that of a child. You now are able to note something physically on your body. You've always had these almost like dimples, little dots, like what you assume to be just old oil pockets or something that would never quite go away on your temples. As, you know, oil pockets can sometimes gather on skin after long enough. And press on them instinctively, and you almost feel the root now, acknowledging the root of deeper scarring where that very clearly was an old wound that had since healed over. Through resurrections, through healing, through visits to magically enhanced places and dimensions, those scars have not gone away.
I think I need to lie down. Imagine Avery would just kind of curl up into a fetal position right there.
Given that you
Okay.
basically just presented yourself as second-hand party to a massive overload of childhood trauma, yeah, understandable.
The way you described it wasn't even third party, it was first party. I experienced what she experienced.
True, yeah. While visually you were
POV.
disconnected from it, physically you were just subject to it.
It's the sorcerer's nap time.
I literally hand Avery the migraine, which is the equivalent of healing the migraine, is literally the only one who's been able to make a liquid that will heal it is literally Farah.
Yeah, also
So
notably another visual shift on Avery. On your temples, funny thing about changeling anatomy is it seems to adapt to its situations on occasion. You seem to have basically a pair of vacuous almost vents where your temples should be that developed there in reaction to this. The moment you notice them, they begin to seal back up and disappear. But your body reacted to the sensation of having that stabbed into, while Angel's had still the sensation of your own as well.
I've broken down many a barrier, but now I think I would like to put up a barrier and forget this. My body doesn't need to remember because my body never experienced it, so hopefully I can actually get over this.
Benefit of adulthood. Adult minds can compartmentalize and add on a Y to a terrible event when it occurs.
I have a question. And this is another question, considering I have an extremely good memory.
I also have a question when you're done.
Oh, no. You go ahead, go first. Oh, wait.
For Avery, is it possible for him to strip this experience down of the physical sensations and keep the knowledge of it? Is that something he can manage in his own brain, or?
You can train out the recollection of those physical sensations. One of the other benefits of being a changeling, you can actually train out muscle memory. Takes work, and basically you have to effectively re-expose yourself to a set of muscle memory in a duller and duller fashion until it's completely faded, but you can train yourself out of it. The only thing it won't remove is actual physical scarring.
Right. And as far as I know, the only instance of that I have is from my psionic troubles.
Correct.
So, Vanestra was in the room with us. So Vanestra basically saw her, I guess, repeat a scream, considering that pain would have repeated through her own brain.
Yeah. And that's something that, Angel, in this state, you couldn't have helped, because this was long before you were trained to not react to pain, and you were going through and reliving that memory.
I want to know how Griffin looks, considering she looks up at Griffin. And the first reaction she has is she calls him what she used to call him, which is Griffy, because she couldn't say Griffin when they first met.
Aww.
He looks viciously and vitriolically pissed off. Not at you, but at what had just occurred.
Oh, good. I was worried he was mad at me.
No. He hates them.
Yeah, he is.
them
The Time
because
Wizard
he
hates the psionic sorcerer. Roll initiative.
I'm letting you know he actually literally had to work with the slaves that the Illithid had.
He was
He was a slaver.
Yep.
She looks over at her brother. And she looks for uppies because it has not been an hour yet.
You know, since you cast it on yourself, you can drop it early, right?
Yeah, but right now, mentally, in the state she's in, she's not going to drop it.
Fair
I
enough.
want to be 5 again. Give me uppies.
He will happily pick up the attempt at recovering bliss in rose-tinted glasses in history.
She puts her hand on Avery's, and she hands him the medication that she was given when she was a child to make the headache go away. And this is what she says in the most childlike fashion, considering this is where she was as a child. This makes the ouchie stop.
I'll take it, but I don't think I will. Like, I'll take the bottle just to satiate the child, but I don't think I'll take the medicine. Because I don't think I'm actively feeling it. Like, I can remember the sensation, but not actively feeling it. Am I wrong?
You're kind of already going through the process of compartmentalizing it, so it is reducing steadily for you. You know it's not going to be a fast process. It'll take a few days.
Right.
But...
So I might pop one just as you would a pain pill.
Yeah.
Much.
Of which, notably, as...
Chocolate form.
Yeah. How else are you going to get a kid to take a pill?
Mm-hmm.
Without them
Brushing
immediately
it into
chewing.
applesauce?
That's fair.
Well, I'm letting you know, they didn't have applesauce in the Underdark. That was not a thing. They had mushrooms in the Underdark, so chocolate was something they could get readily.
Mushroom stew.
To be fair, actually, some mushrooms that even we have here on Earth now do have, when prepared properly, similar textures and even flavor profiles to chocolate. It's still different, but
Well, it may taste like chocolate to her. Just letting
Yeah.
you know.
You still gotta add sugar.
She looks over at.
Milk powder.
Yeah.
This is the first time Vanestra is also seeing this. I kind of want to know what how Vanestra's handling this, because this is a lot.
I believe, Avery, you had pretty much a shared psychic link with just about everybody in the party, so I believe Vanestra would have been privy to the vision that you basically just dealt with.
I mean, only if it's never. I never force myself into or force my own visions upon anyone else. If they choose to tune in, that's on them.
That's fair. The TV's on in the kitchen. It's up to anybody else if they want to look at what the hell's playing.
If she looked at the convulsing, eyes popping Avery and said, I wonder what's going through his head, I think that's on her.
It's up to Vanestra.
Most fucked up version of Pixar's Inside. What's going on
Vanestra
inside her
said,
head?
V's not tuned into the mind share.
Good choice.
The one place where continues to exist is Tom from MySpace.
You can kind of think of the way he handles this telepathic link as kind of a firewall. He chooses what comes in and goes out to who. Given a proper request, things can come in and out.
Meanwhile, an
sense.
evocation wizard walks in. You know how I handle a firewall? Casts fucking firewall. A wall of fire.
So, we all head back up. She puts the stupid chair inside of her bag again. Or she at least tries to attempt. You have to imagine the little tiny gnome baby trying to put it in there.
Angel was small before, and now Angel is, well, I mean, she's less than a foot tall. She's SML.
I think it's gonna be a shock. She kind of
She's
also
not
wants to
just
shock her
small.
parents. Her parents are in the house, so it's like this is also a shock to her parents. She looks up. She looks at Amira and she waves at Amira, like this.
Why did we have to do this over the holidays?
Because we have more abilities of doing wisdom checks during this holiday.
Also, statistically, people tend to encounter traumatic events or readdress trauma during holidays. And apparently the D&D game is no different from that reality.
Fucking nerd.
I guess I'm a nerd.
By the way, Piper has been with her dad
Totally fair.
upstairs.
Yeah, you were gonna act out Evan, being Evan, considering Evan got a gift.
Vinestra said, Amira would keep her fluffy tail out of the reach of the child.
On pet tail. Pet. Not grab pet.
The note I have for that memory is kind of vague just because I'm trying to get a lot down, and it was a lot for me to process. I dive into Angel's memories to unlock a memory she had buried. A truly revolting scene was described involving melting brain, blood, rotten shit smell so thick you can taste it. Angel was subject to this disturbing magic injector, but rejected the magic.
It's pretty good
Let's be
too.
honest here. Angel's fingers are somehow sticky from candy. How did they get sticky? No clue.
Actually, how did
Pretty sure it's not sugar that made them sticky.
She looks up, she goes, I didn't have candy.
Nick briefly walks into the room, sees small child Angel. Okay, nope, not dealing with this. Tell me when she turns back.
Who walks in there? Who walks in there?
Nick, and then turns back around.
Like, absolutely not.
Nope, not dealing with this. Tell me when she turns back.
No.
Like, absolutely not.
Don't go.
You are my soon-to-be spouse. Too weird. Too weird.
I kind of want want to see what happens to her parents seeing her like that, considering they haven't seen her like that, and Piper seeing her as a baby. Oh my god, I want that so bad! I want that so bad! I can extend this to 24 hours. I can drop this whenever I want, but I want to see the reaction
One of
of
the
my parents' faces.
only times when Angel's physicality seems to properly adhere to the normal gnomish proportions purely due to her age.
Piper!
Pipo. Burr's gonna be too hard.
No, her dad had are you kidding? She had elocution classes.
Oh.
She didn't know what she was. She had elocution classes.
Piper's just gonna look at the tiny child and go, okay, the fuck did I miss? Could we smash cut backwards a little bit to me and Evan's conversation?
Yes, please.
The
Can we go
world's
back
most
to...
intense trauma dump is what you missed.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back to where Evan is, and then we're gonna move forward.
So intense we encountered literal childhood regression. All right.
So Piper's just gonna...
Yes.
So back up. So, how's Mom?
So, hi.
How's Mom?
She's okay.
I have lots of questions. One of them being, how the fuck? What? How did you... fucking... she's Puck's daughter. Like Puck's lineage, or Puck's court that he was a part of was over 11,000 years ago. How did this happen?
Muffin, we're from the Feywild. Time is not consistent.
I get that, but 11,000 years, even that's putting a stretch. Put black on top of black. That's not gonna work.
Consider if the ants in the Feywild were capable of time dilation, I'm pretty sure they'd be a class 3 civilization by now. Time is fucked. All the time in the Feywild.
So you mean to tell me there's a little small pocket of the Feywild it could step in and boom, it's over 11,000 years ago?
Technically.
Where? Go freaking negotiate.
I think the big point of that hypothetical is that nobody fucking knows. At least nobody that we immediately know fucking knows.
She just glares at Chris. Sir, you married my mom.
As whimsical and whacked out as we are, there are some people in the Feywild that are boring enough to keep books and libraries. Maybe if we find one of those tools, by which I'm referring to as the librarians, then maybe, just maybe, we might find something written down that is at least slightly less manic enough to reference where a place like that might be encountered.
You saying you don't remember? Because you got there somehow.
Sometimes when you go walking in the forest in the Feywild, you find yourself in a whole other place. Why do you think so many stories about Fey are about getting lost in forests? You walk into one forest, you find yourself in another after a few steps.
So you don't remember the exact place. Okay.
Not that I don't remember. I had no beat on exacts when I was there. You get into old enough corners of the Feywild with rotted enough wood. You find that geography and directions stop making sense entirely.
Sorry.
God forbid you fall
hyper-braided.
asleep in one of those woods.
Hyper.
Remember the old
hyper-braided.
Shakespearean ancient human tale, Midsummer Night's Dream? Perfect
Yeah.
example of what happens when you fall asleep in a fey forest. Shit gets whacked immediately.
Yeah, you guys used to tell it. Now I know why you guys used to say it as bedtime stories. Oh my fucking god. That was my grandpa. Y'all were telling me stories about my fucking grandpa.
Some fey who live on the borders of time dilation areas have their kids sleep on one side of the house where there's time dilation and then go to the other side of the house so they can catch up on like a month's worth of work. Just happens that way.
Piper's just like,
Yeah, there are some crazy fuckers that decide to build their house on time borders. Also means that one half of the house needs a lot more maintenance than the other. God forbid they do an ent house, because have you ever, been stuck in a situation where half of you is aging faster than the other?
oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's unplugged?
I
You
have
unplugged it?
I have a friend mushroom called Half Crag. Should take you to meet him sometime. One half of him's all droopy and withered, the other's all springy and bright.
Okay. So these librarians, would they be here in the material plane, or would they be in the Feywild?
They'd be in the Feywild, not in the material plane, not even remotely.
Okay.
And they are very clingy about keeping their shit. They move around a lot. I doubt even your friend Angel has anything of theirs.
I figured to ask if, considering technically he's my mentor.
Okay, let's apply some logic here. Biff is Lord of the Flood.
I know, but he may
What
know
do
somebody.
paper and water do together?
I know, but he may know somebody.
I have a couple of suggestions. Well, not Kalawai, because eruptions, fire, and paper don't go well together either.
Yeah.
Your best bet might be Unseelie.
No.
Unseelie just mean
Absolutely.
courtless. I'm not talking about the Dark Fae.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay, I'm tired. Okay, it's been a day. So, okay, and where would I find them?
The Unseelie, they fucking move around a lot.
Oh my god.
But-
I'm going to
but-
ask Angel if she knows anybody. You're being confusing.
Sweetness, we live in the Feywild. When the hell does that mean we're ever gonna get a straight answer?
And you should know this from the time I was a very wee child. I never understood that bullshit!
Which means we raised you right.
Oh my god. I'm not going to be doing it because it's fucking stupid.
The closest thing to a straight answer you're gonna get in the Feywild is gonna be probably an ent, and that means you've got to have the patience to wait for them to say it. God forbid they get distracted, because in the Feywild in particular, the ents have ADD.
Of course they do.
Piper's just like, who saw in her head. I'm going to go fight Angel because at least with her I'll get a straight fucking answer.
By the way,
God,
what's
I
the
don't
deal with this
understand.
holiday? It's definitely a material plane thing. I mean, it's what celebrating the parents? Were you gonna do anything for me? You got me a gift,
got
right?
a gift, right? Angel got a gift for you, and Mother, I haven't finished.
Angel's got a
mine.
gift for me. She's not. I mean, she's adopted by proxy via Marigold, so I guess that can. How does this work? structure. It's weird.
You would think you would be okay with it because it's chaotic and fucking weird.
You make a valid point. I'll go with you.
I have a
And that is
question.
when
Do we
you run
walk?
into baby Angel.
Hello.
Oh my.
Oh my god, it's so tiny.
Salutations. Salutations.
How fast is its little heart beating to keep it alive?
I have a
Avery?
question. She looks through her bag.
Yes.
She puts a packet in
Happened.
Evan's hands. Who are you?
Ah, cute. Who is this? Is this one of Angel's children?
No.
Yes.
This is Angel. Piper recognizes this because she was there when they undid the wish spell
Wow,
for
you
her
really should
memory.
tell my wife your skincare routine. It is. They always say that they'll reverse aging, but I think you finally found one that actually does.
Did you know that I know who the
Is it shea butter?
descendants of Puck are?
What?
My family did a we worshipped Puck's bones.
Bucks what?
Sorry.
Bones.
Worships?
My grandpapa.
Okay.
Have them somewhere. Release a map to it somewhere, maybe.
Maybe. Face stuff is always a maybe.
In the gnome library, the books kind of like layer on top of each other. There's symbols on each page. In the gnome tomes, they're
Piper
fairy
just-
tales.
Piper
Fairy
just like,
tales.
why are you suddenly
Or
talking? Oh
no.
yeah, because I told you.
The voice
so.
is so small and high pitched, I'm gonna break from adorableness.
Avery, what happened?
I broke a barrier. I think there was a reason the barrier was there, but we wanted.
Was
to
the barrier
know
her
what was
pituitary
behind
gland?
it.
Oh my gosh! Shut up, father.
Trauma barrier. Memory locked away. Not anymore. Hence why we're here. Why my eyes are red and she is a small child.
Ah!
And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at first level because I'll probably fix it.
Cure wounds on blown blood vessels in the eyes is a really weird feeling as you feel almost the excess blood exit like dust out of your eyeballs and it itches like a motherfucker for a half second before it's just gone.
You see a little clearly now.
It's like waking up in the morning to a dry room with pollen outside. And then you're just normal.
Thanks.
So, Evan,
So you broke through a barrier, and now she's choked. So, I get it. Like, sometimes trauma, right, will make you grow up real fast, and then you broke the trauma, so then she ungrew up. Am I getting this right?
That may be one way to look at it, but child regression is also a thing.
I need a parental help
true.
with my parents.
Didn't realize it happened physically on the material plane, too.
I mean,
Well,
Oh my
this
God.
child has polymorph, so
That makes more sense. And I hate when things make sense.
I love when things make sense.
Which is why it is a cruel cosmic joke that you were born a fae.
Look at your gift.
Oh yeah, that's right. Begins to unwrap it.
I'm letting you know it's tiny Angel with her fingers in exactly the way she does it as an adult. It's gonna be okay.
Piper just looks at her dad, is like, help me. Or looks back at Angel, it's like, help.
I already told you, you didn't listen, Piper.
No, I'm not talking about help with that. Help with the fact that he is correct. It's a poor cosmic joke that I was born a fae. Because I like when things make sense.
Hey, Piper, did you ever think that the reason that he's all mixy, wixy, timey-wimey is because he's not allowed to tell whatever spell underneath tells about or talks about Puck?
What was that? And he finishes unwrapping the gift.
No, there was
There's
other
one
things he was
talkative
doing.
child.
I was thinking about other things.
Well, you literally live with the Fae. You didn't think about how Fae spells work?
Angel, I have lived in the Feywild for most of my life. In fact,
Okay, so how did fairy spells work back on the original planet?
my point is, even though I grew up in it, I still don't fucking understand it.
Fae spells act like curses.
Sometimes, or whimsical blessings, really depends on perspective. Or which Fae
shit.
decided to mess with you.
But she puts her finger on his mouth.
It's so tiny
There's a
she can
little
only
thing.
get one lip.
Hold on, I need to go look at my spell sheet real quick. I need to see if I need to cast Cone of Silence on you.
You need to break his curse.
What did you get for me, huh? You tiny little thing.
I'm not mean.
Question: has her HP also gone down to child?
No.
Polymorphing
Damn,
does
get her
have a
to
side
sleep.
effect of adjusting some stats. At the moment, your HP is reduced. Not majorly, because you are still level 25. And therefore, constitution-wise, built like a goddamn brick fuckhouse.
The important
Favorite-
thing is, can I put her to sleep?
Don't
At her
put me
level,
to
still
sleep. I need to do
unlikely.
this.
Okay.
No.
I want to see my parents. I need actually a parental hug with somebody who doesn't smell like shit.
Memory's gone. The shit smell is gone, too.
Not from her.
True.
Remember, that was a mom that she didn't understand. This is a mom she wants to understand, so she wants that hug in a different place.
I don't remember where they went. House! Grandmama house! Where's her parents?
A
It's just not
small archway-like tunnel opens in a wall full of slated waxed wood, stone, and metal. Almost like a tube slide.
Oh, this
Piper, give him the fake coffee. Fake coffee make it go away. Make all curses go away.
I will in a second. Your grandmama made you a slide to your parents!
Yeah, I understand Griffey's carrying me, but I want fixes first.
Angel? I don't know if I am ready to face Puck right now.
I'm not saying facing Puck. I'm saying for your dad not to go and talk in spindly wheelie houses all the time.
Angel, that's just constantly life in the Feywild. I'm used to it. Do I like it?
Okay,
No,
so
but
I have a
used to it.
question.
Yes.
No. You got to. She puts her hand on Piper's mouth for the first time. You listen to me. She's really tiny.
Angel is under a foot
Right.
tall. She has had to step onto a dresser, among other things, to get up to tall enough to do that to you.
You have to listen to me. If you want your dad not to be loopy, you have to give him your coffee. Like all parents when they're sleepy.
You realize he lives at my house and he drinks my coffee on the regular.
Constantly, I'm still buzzed.
He looks
This
over
is
at
just
Griffin. Griffin, what would have been the equivalency of holy water in the Feywild? In your world?
Holy water in the Feywild?
Uh-huh.
That's an oxymoron.
Oh, come on! Who plays this game? Wait a minute. It would have been
Angel.
Piff.
Angel, they are just like this. He used to do this all the time just to be a shit when I was a kid.
Yes,
To me,
but
it's a
when you
perfectly
talk about-
sensible conversation.
Huh, where's my shoes?
I'm letting
I
you
don't
know.
Where are
I'm
they?
letting you know. I'm letting you know. She hugs her parents. She runs over, hugs her mom and dad, and then runs back, and then shifts herself into an adult. You made me rush through that because you won't not listen to me.
I didn't make you
And I'm
do
really
anything. You
angry
could have
at you.
gone down and taken your time.
Yeah.
The only logical
And
thing
she
he said.
literally, she basically takes a drink of piff, puts it on her lips, and kisses him with it.
And immediately Piff just climbs out through his eyes.
Thank you.
What's up?
Help me break the spell that Puff put on Evan.
That who put on Evan?
Puck.
That's too old for my shit.
Damn it.
That gets into old world, old magic, old rules.
What did he have in Midsummer Night's Dream? Hold on.
An ass's head on his shoulders?
Yeah, but that's not it. What did he give her? Puck.
You may have to go the route of looking for the old information.
Yeah, but it'll make me dizzy today, and I don't want to do it.
Who the fuck said you had to do it today? You're celebrating a holiday.
I understand, but it's frustrating when he talks in riddles, and it's just annoying because I know that the reason he avoids the Puck topic is because he can't talk serious because there's literally like a barrier there.
You know, if we didn't know each other, I'd be talking to you in riddles that were even worse.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, wait a minute! She pulls out Piff's gift, Piff's gift that's in her pocket.
Angel, I understand you want to hurry up and fix everything. I am okay with this for now. I am not ready for this in every step of the word. My own fucking last name now gives me anxiety attacks.
It should,
Exactly.
considering that we're dated by ancestry.
Yes, I can't handle it right now because first of all, I still have the cure for vampirism to deal with. We need to go to the Rusted Peaks here in a few days.
I really don't want to go.
I know,
But we have to.
exactly. I appreciate you wanting to always trying to help and fix things. I can't handle it right now.
Also, hi. Did I miss you being small?
Yeah.
Damn it. When do you get the polymorph again?
In 24 hours. I'll have some more Pip and you can talk to me.
Know what you gotta do.
I know. She hands him a gift that's in her pocket. It's literally made of the coral.
Ooh, what's this?
Open it when you get. Open it when you get home.
I'm opening it right here.
Oh god damn it!
What's this?
It's a necklace with Alara's one piece of Alara's gem that she has with her, and as well as a little bit of herself in there, and then like one of her scales that she has, little heart-shaped scales, and then a little bit of the coral knife that they gave her. That's
Woo.
part of the piece.
Kinky. All right.
It's not what that's for. I love you,
See you
Dad.
say that. I'm still putting this around Alara's neck.
It's not. Alara already got one.
Not for me.
It's for you.
They're matching.
Oh. If it's my necklace, I do what I want with it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Now, with the feet of I'd have voted from, I do smell an less familiar presence here. I don't recall if we've met or not. I've spent the last few in the Feywild at least decades, a little bit drunk. Who the fuck is the giant dragon lady?
Vanastra. She's not from here.
I fucking noticed. Her spirit vibes are all way off.
Oh, yeah.
Which, to be fair, means she kind of belongs here, because at least everybody that started here was all way off, because they were from different places. But, ha.
Hey, guinea pigs, quit flirting.
That's not what I was expecting.
Meanwhile,
to
in the
hear.
hall, there's a couple of cabbages that are absolutely just making out.
Well, two other angels' children are covering her baby Tavis's eyes. And we don't do that here.
Excuse me.
Carmelita! She's hiding right there at the edge of that cage. I'm going to move her in a minute. So she looks over at Piff and she looks over at Venestra. Venestra, this is Piff. Piff, meet Venestra. Venestra, meet Piff.
Hello, foreign person. I am Piff, Archfey and Lord of the Flood, one of the disaster Archfey.
I could have sworn they already met.
We might have. Again, I've been a little
Venestra
bit drunk.
married.
You were also really angry. Last
She
time
seems
we met,
a
you were really
little
angry.
out of it, absent of thought.
Almost like the characters the players AFK.
Is it normal for your friends to T-pose like this?
Sometimes. But you can return and we'll surprise her later. It'll be funny.
So you say surprise, and I'm going to take advantage of that.
There you go.
He puts a little nodule of coral right on her shoulder, and then a smaller nodule of coral right onto Amira's shoulder. A surprise it will be.
But then, you know, she runs over to her parents. I'm sorry, I needed to hug you in a normal state.
How about we try that again? Your mother pokes you on the nose and essentially induces that polymorph back onto your body.
Oh, good. Okay. It's not so bad being this short. I could see everybody's ankles.
Saying that you've been rushed by a fae is like saying you've been inconvenienced by a housefly that turned into a horse. The sentence doesn't make sense.
Oh, now Venestra's back. Jeez.
Okay.
Now
As we
I just-
smash cut between that conversation over to... well, there's light behind those eyes. Hi. I don't remember if we've met yet or not. I was a little bit drunk for the Feywild equivalent of the last few decades.
No, you were angry last time y'all met. She already told you. Angel already told you were super angry about the whole thing with the fight.
Again, my memory is fuzzy.
Memory. Memory.
Sharpest memory ever. Actually, one of the sharpest.
Venestra.
Angel introduced you, and you were gone, so it's...
We were trying to introduce Venestra to Piff again because Piff doesn't remember meeting.
Been a minute.
Hello?
Vinestra said, Aye, so what was Piff's question?
For being foreign.
More in-depth question, I suppose, because we've never, while we may have been introduced in the past, I don't think we properly had an introduction.
Right, you were too busy. Hold on, Angel. I tried. You were too busy.
I don't think we have, no.
First of all, plain, simple, and easy, I am Piff, Archfey and Lord of the Flood. Also prankster extraordinaire, manifest of hedgehog, seagull, and the lack, little tiny chaotic and slippery creatures, manifesting usually in blue, or in this case my floody humanoid form. Now you reek of foreign magics, and if I were to hazard a guess, a lot of it is very, very heavily spirit and perception based. Things of greater power don't feel like they have as solid a form as we do. Am I close?
Quit flirting. Sorry.
As those two cavists at the end of the hall are really getting into it.
What do you know?
Vinestra
When
said,
John comes over,
you
he's
can
so much
call me
more excited."
Six, and somewhat spirits Fae all are names for the same things.
Interesting. In that respect, in your world, would you be considered adjacent to fate yourself?
Amira would speak up. In a sense, I suppose we're all creatures born of will.
Forgive me for the lack of consent here. You know, Archfey and the lack, I may have some experiments in your future. And he then whips around to interrupt your familial reunion, Angel, as he proceeds to flood himself down that slide and turn it briefly into a water slide.
That is not okay.
Sup? Oh. You're tiny again. Hell yes. Still doing it later. The tiny thing.
Pip was also supposed to talk to me because of Amora's stuff, because he's not necessarily happy with the situation. That's why.
Yeah. Oh. On that note as well, round 4. Fuck me. Hold on. Back everybody from the BRB. This session is going to be, end result, remarkably short. A, because of the late start. B, because of the amount of BRBs that we've had. It's already midnight and therefore probably really tiring for some of the people who are here. So I'm going to try to get through. Yeah, I'm going to try to get through this as far as doing the festival celebration thing, which was what was planned today. My body did not fucking let me. That part, it's a bad sign when you're on the same in-game day for like 4 fucking weeks. And it looks like we're approaching it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. That's why, like, we're moving on in our stuff. That's why I just kind of forced it to move forward. And some of the stuff. That's why I had us wrap it up with a quick thing, because I just wanted to get to the next day. Where were we, Joe? Angel was getting turned into a 2-year-old or 1-year-old.
Vinestra said, mild suggestion.
Yep.
If we do want to get through the festival.
What do you have in mind?
She's typing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I may take it, I may not. The only reason it's taken 4 weeks is because it's been back and forth with health, and then also
Give us
losses
a list of
and shit.
options to pick from, and we could write up what our characters would do so it can be thought of out of session. And sorry to interrupt, Megan.
It's okay.
That's certainly something. If I do give out if I do present a list in one of the text channels, it'll be probably a day or two after the session tonight, when I'm a little bit more clear head and also more clear of body. So, but yeah, that's a valid option. At least it then gives me a plain train of thought, even just to do those things in session if need be. Which I would prefer to do, because that's something more tangible to latch onto. All right. All right, back on track. Angel, back to being aged down, enforced by her humanoid witch-light manifestation of a mother, now in front of an archfey and her parents. Welcome to the wackadoodle corner of the DM as what's starting to feel like a fucking stomach flu and maybe just food poisoning. Who knows?
It wouldn't surprise me considering I think that your entire fridge needs to be deep cleaned.
That reminds me, I need to clean my fridge.
So do I.
Yeah.
need to clean it. This wouldn't surprise me, Joe.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just, it wouldn't surprise me because everybody, sometimes when people get sick like this regularly, it's probably because their fridge needs to be cleaned.
Naturally. All right, so, whoop, almost knocked some things over.
Don't do that.
Doing my best. Piff has popped up to briefly interrupt your interaction with your parents because you are now SML.
Hello.
Hello. For once, you are yet again tinier than me.
I was always tinier than you.
I'm talking about in my hedgehog state. And he boops, you knows, himself.
You're not wrong.
No.
You okay?
Having you in a child body might not be the best way to talk about what the hell happened with you and the Amora situation, with you getting possessed and her forcing some kids out of your body.
To do something with the fact that I just pushed an elephant out of my brain when I was 2. So, don't think you're far off there. Want to know what I found out?
What did you find out?
That the elephant live under Jihu.
That is certainly gonna add some wrinkles into shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
probably an elder brain undersheath. It's just my bet.
Take advantage of the holiday for what it is. Take a moment for yourself to forget about all those stressors. Then address it after that moment of liberty is done.
I would have had to. It's why the kids kept disappearing.
Not just the kids, the changelings, and a number of other things.
That's why we can't keep a base over there. Paul had to leave. The dragons had to leave. They're healing up upstairs.
Mind players are like cockroaches. Smash one, there's always going to be another.
Can't I poison the nest?
Sure. There's always the chance that there are other nests.
Got to go to one over there in the Breasted Peaks.
Maybe. Working off of a lot of theories.
Not a theory. Too many coincidences to be theories.
True.
One would be fine. 2 is a coincidence. 3, it's just too many.
3 is conjecture, 4 is deep into conjecture, 5 is bordering on
3
certainty.
is the pattern, sir! She yells down the tube.
I'm going to let you know, you didn't read the numbers of 3, and we ended up having to go into a pit of bullshit. And it wasn't your fault. I don't blame you.
Welcome to being adventurers. You'll find yourselves in a pit of bullshit once a week. I'm sorry, continue.
No, I think we're done talking.
No, we're not. We certainly are not.
We're done talking today.
No, we're not. I'm not demeaning you here. I'm not dismissing you. I'm here addressing you in this child form because it's been a long time since I've been able to address you like this. Take a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
I am okay with a lot of conjecture. I am okay with a lot of different monsters. Illithid is not one of them.
Understandably.
I'm okay with assassins coming after us. I'm okay with those kind of excuses, those things coming after us. I am not okay with Illithid. They break rules. They're alien to us, and they don't follow the rules.
Yeah, mind players are one of the few instances where a good-natured one is definitely more the exception than the rule.
I let him stay. He's protected from them here. I'm so tired.
Treat the holiday like what it is. An opportunity to rest.
I can't rest.
Can't or won't.
If I had 2 years and I couldn't rest, I got 2 years of rest as far as birthing out 20 children. My body had a freak out and gave me more than I bargained for just by stopping it. I'm not gonna have a choice for a break, no matter how many times I've just wanted a break. That's what I keep trying to get at. Every time we have a break, there's some other chaos in the next 2 seconds to ruin the peace. And if you say welcome to becoming an adventurer again, I'm literally going to tell you, I don't have a choice. My race doesn't have a choice. We attract things that are bigger than us. This is just how the cookie crumbles from me existing. I am tired. I can't even focus on becoming a god. I can't do it. We move too fast. We barely have been a week between the war, and now we're going to go back to the Rusted Peaks. It's going to be another fight. While the war on Jihu is going on, and I don't have any control over how many Illithid dig their nails into another child's head. And she's saying this as a child. I am tired.
And I'll do what I can to help you rest.
They took my childhood.
On the subject
They're
of
not going
theory
to survive.
and conjecture
not-
that I fear might be your pattern. This is me talking. Maybe the reason you and your family can't rest is because she's not resting. Maybe your family invites chaos because her beacon hasn't been shut off.
No. It's not that. It's who they worshipped before. It has nothing to do with that. We
I
talk
can
to
see it.
things that are bigger than us.
Just a theory.
If am I gonna get angry over you every time we talk now?
No.
I miss my dad.
He's right there.
He's not the only one.
I know.
You haven't acted like it, and I'm still angry. And the sass isn't helping. It's making it worse.
I deflect
miss
from
you.
stress with levity. With sass. It's not in a phase nature to sit in the serious, and I have been in the serious for a while. And so I'm sorry.
You missed Ben. You were here when the world was in darkness,
No.
and you missed Ben. You missed it. You could have told me at any time. You could have given me a sign. You could have put a light in the sky that I was being watched for 2 years. I am so angry. I think you're gonna need to give me a little time. Because I don't think you know how to be a dad right now. I love you more than anyone. And I believe in you more than anyone. And I gave you back 2 rings. I gave you that back. I gave you back your realm in this space with all of my friends. Say thank you for not leaving me alone.
Thank you. Thank you, and I do hope that I find actions that you can forgive.
you should talk to Alara. Stupid camera did the thing. Maybe you should talk to Alara. I know that you wanted to have levity. I know you're just trying to make a joke out of it, but this is the wrong joke to make. And this is the third time you've done this to me. This is the third conversation where I've either gotten brushed off.
I'm not brushing you off. Not in the slightest.
It froze. Megan?
Huh?
You there?
It's the camera. It's the stupid app won't quit doing it.
I haven't brushed you off in the slightest.
You could have fooled me. I was scared I was gonna lose you. And I could have lost you. I even gave you my kids. What more I had left to help you fight this. Instead of consideration, instead of kindness, instead of thank you, it's silence. You couldn't give me a heads up that these things are here. You couldn't have given me a heads up the entire time we had 2 years of silence.
I'm not
that
omniscient.
there are literal things crawling through my walls.
I am not omniscient. My domain is the Feywild. Type of shit in your home, I can be all but blind to. Yes, I missed it. I didn't know and just let it slide.
You live in Ben's brain and you missed it.
He's not the only person I have to look through. He's not the only warlock I have. I am an archfey. There are thousands. Across the Feywild, across the material plane, across other planes of existence attached to Zaria. Who call my name, who summon me forth for power, who do bargains with me. My attention is constantly split and frayed, and I am of a position of power where I can do it competently, but I have limits. I am not a god. The Fey and the Feywild worship me like it. Sure, it doesn't suddenly then elevate me to that status. And that's just how much my focus is split in Zaria. Let alone my other aspects in the other rings. So yes, I was blind to what happened even through Ben's eyes because I couldn't fully see it. And I'm sorry. You are one of the brightest parts of my world, and yet I still have a world to manage.
Understand that. You have to understand I have always understood that. Out of all of your children, out of all the people you've taken care of, I get that. I thank you for the time you gave me, the little bit of peace that I got.
And I will do my best to give you more.
I just want time with you. I still need to talk to Edgerman. I still need to make sure his walls are clear.
As the world gets plunged into stronger chaos, I have less time, and I've been trying to fight to make it.
Your world was in chaos. I know that you were building. I knew that that would happen after this happened. Doesn't stop. And they're getting older. And I'm losing days. And the more danger we are in, the faster they grow. I don't think this new group of people understands that these kids will age up the more danger we're in.
You want peace, I'll fight to help make it.
No, I want you to finish healing your land. I want you to come see me. I want you to make me feel like I'm visible. That's what I want.
Then I may be silent for a while longer. Because to finish healing that will require a lot more of my attention.
And you take Ben with you. You get him out of here. You get him somewhere safe. You take him and his mother somewhere they can live and be watched. Take one person off my plate. Just one. I can handle his stuff here. He can send me paperwork. Just for a little while. Don't let him do any more experiments.
Fine. I will
Let
see
him
you
come
soon.
back when he's rested.
I will
Make
see
him
you
do
soon.
the little job you need. She hugs
Whatever
him.
soon means.
Soon means soon. I have eternity with you.
Usually leaving in a violent splash or a rush of water. He fades into a soft mist, like a flood that was left to evaporate away.
She reaches up and hugs her mom and her dad and just starts to cry.
Your mother and your father both pick you up, hold you, and allow you to weep in a way that you haven't in that size in so very long.
You don't smell bad anymore.
No.
You smell like light and sunshine and magic.
Your head is softly pushed to your mother's chest, your father hugging you around back. And you are held calmly and safely between your parents, settling into that feeling of trust and safety. If even for a moment, to release every ounce of stress compounded onto your brain in a well of tears and a sigh of relief.
Please don't let them take you again, and that's all she whispers to her mom.
Never again. I think that is a... Continue.
Yeah. Do you want to stop there, Joe? You can.
You
But
had a line to say, so say it.
I think I'm gonna have to exhume your body.
There's nothing to accept.
I need the old brain's memories, Mommy. I think I have them from the Dream Eater.
A conversation with, I think, Brahma. See if you can undo a lot of that decay.
Ask her. But right now, I just want you and I want my kids.
Then worry
don't wanna-
about that and that alone for now.
She hugs them as tight as she can. This is the first time her other siblings literally see her in this tiny state.
Slowly but surely, like you are a mote of pollen at the center of a flower, that embrace grows. A new person, a sibling, true born or adopted, joining on like a new petal, growing that embrace until that room can only barely hold everyone. No. We have a holiday to celebrate.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Luckily it's still lunchtime.
Yep. And that is where we're going to end the session for now. There would have been a lot more session to do and a lot more actual festival to go over if my body and brain right now were not trying to crack out of my belly and break out of my skull. I'm going to be honest, I probably should have just saved the session for like tomorrow when my body was being a little more kind to me, but it is what it is. What do we want to name the session?
It's up to everybody else.
The shit show.
Literally was a shit show.
I didn't show any of it, so on principle, I can't.
I mean, what we're talking about is you had to do that a lot, and also
Yeah.
there was the breath that smelled like feces.
Our
Sure.
family smells like cinnamon and because I'm Hispanic beans.
I'll see if it allows me to title that. Otherwise, I'll come up with some alternate title that still fits that theme.
Poopery.
What would you what if you like censor it like SH Astrid
Or
something?
or exclamation point.
I like to censor with hashtags, but that's me. Alright, it's late, but I'm gonna see if there's anybody I can raid at this rate. I do hope for what session I was present and able to run, people enjoyed it, and for those that weren't fully included, to my annoyance and dismay for not having enough time to properly generate some inclusion, I hope you at least enjoyed what you listened in on.
I'm excited for Nestra actually getting to spend time with Angel, considering
It's supposed to be some actual fucking festival event shit, and instead just shit. Okay, let's see. Nobody would be keen on raiding right now. Okay, we're gonna call it here. Thank you guys for being my players. Thank you especially today for being patient with me. Every sound, every light, everything hurts. So, I'm going to probably curl up into a ball and hope that my body somehow just molts and I can peel off the skin of agony and be a refreshed human being underneath in like 8 hours.